Hi gang, sexy. Let's wrap up Beaver Dam Creek. Man, it's this somewhere. I guess there's an icon for Worthington Publishing that says "old school games" or something like that. And while this all looks clean and new archetype stuff, big square or big hexagon maps, big counters, easy to read. Not overloaded with details, minimal informational counters in this game, and then you got the spinning tree strength loss counters, whatever those things are called, I can never remember. You track casualty points in this game. A loss is a point, it's a casualty point, and then your victory conditions are simple. Whoever has the most wins. They might have a victory location, i.e. this one here had one, which you can still see is owned by Yankee Blue. But even though they kept the victory location, is still too much for the Union to get a victory here. Just too much force. You figure you got Longstreet, AP Hill, and DH Hill, and then Lee himself is here, and you got all this artillery. And in this game here, boy, you can really work artillery, especially if artillery gets in your face at point-blank range. It's doubled. And you're talking about the strength number here as being doubled. So that's 16. If he's at full strength, he's now firing at 32, which is almost your max column. And you can get some really massive casualties here. But you know what? All in all, it's balanced. So, all right. So before let's talk about some of the mechanics here. So let's go old school. This is pretty much I go, you go. And it's got a slight similarity to the old GBACW where one side will move, the other side will get defensive fire, then the phasing side will get offensive fire, and then you have in the other mixture phases like rally phase where you rally like the routed units, okay, which you roll a dice on that. Maybe if there's a leader there, they're going to get a benefit for that. And then at the beginning, you'll have a command phase where a unit has to be within 4 hexes of its leader, unless it's a replacement leader because the original guy has been killed. Then it's only a 3 hex command range, and they didn't bury this game with all these rules like being out of command where there might be 6 things that are affected. They just made it's just simple. It's not. I think it's like 1 sentence, maybe 2 sentences in the whole thing, but. Yeah, pretty much I go, you go. I was asked what the distance is. Let me see if I can find it on here. I know Steve had a couple questions he wanted answered. Let's see. Let's look at the back of the box here. So the back of the box says the game allows players to refight the 4 key engagements during the 7-day battle from June 26th to July 1st of 1862. The battles were fought between Union Confederate armies on the Virginia Peninsula around the capital of Richmond. The results of the 7 days was a tactical draw with large losses for both sides, but strategic defeat for the Union because they left. The results could have been very different for both sides. All right, you will take command of the army, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing there. It says, let's see what the playbook says. Not seeing where it says what the hex sizes are here. Not in the... It's not in that book. I don't see a scale on the map. Nothing on the sheets there. So if anybody out there knows, tell me what it is. Let's see. All right, the combat units represent infantry, cavalry, and artillery. Yeah, designators given historical blah, 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 blah. And morale factors. Yeah, so your unit's the color of the background of the strength number, and when you flip it over, when a unit gets reduced to a certain thing, his morale reduces. So you have gold, black, and green. Green is terrible, gold are elite units. But I'm still not finding anything here about what the distance is of the hexes. So if somebody out there has that, let me know. I know that your infantry and your cavalry, they can only fire at point-blank range at 1 hex. So it's got to be, it's not like one of our regimental or tactical type games that we play. So but I'm not seeing it in here. Oh, here, game map. The map represents the map area in which the main part of each battle is fought. The map includes dominant terrain features that will affect movement in combat. The hex grid is shown. Nope, that doesn't say anything. So anyway, all right, anybody out there knows, let me know what the sizes, or let the community here know what the distances and the hexes. It's probably in there somewhere, I'm just not seeing it. So this one was released in 2022. This is the first one of the 4 in the series. And again, this is refreshing because it plays quickly. I mean, like I say, it's I go, you go with a couple of phases in there that are different. And there's no, you're not going to do much rule digging for this thing here. Maybe once or twice, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, if the unit gets a retreat result, he's going to retreat 2 hexes. If he fails morale, he's going to rout 3 hexes, okay? If he takes another loss and he's already routed, or he takes any kind of result other than nothing on a fire table, he automatically routs again, all right? 3 more hexes away, which can hurt if you got a leader out running with you. Artillery can fire up to 1 hex is point blanks and they're doubled. 2 to 5 hexes is just normal shot. You're going to get dice roll modifiers for the terrain the target is in, all right? Which I thought was interesting. Units in a swamp. If this guy, or if an enemy shoots at a unit in the swamp, the dice roll gets a +2, which is a positive modifier to the shooter shooting at the units in the swamp. I guess because they can't move around too much. And this was a swampy area down here in Peninsula. So 1 leader casualty during this one, lost McCall from Porter's division. And yeah, they did a good job. I thought the Union did a good job on this. So the unit sizes in this game are brigades, I believe. Yeah, they're brigades. Greg, Archer, Field. Yep, those are brigades. And I mean, it's simple. There's just not a whole lot that you have to read real deep into the details. And I need to go back and do some reading on the 7 days to see how Beaver Dam, because obviously the Yanks pulled out of here because Gainesville happens the next day, which would be over here on this other map, which, by the way, you can combine these 2 and play the 2 together. So apparently it was, you got to call it a Confederate victory because the Union pulled back. And until Malvern Hill, I guess, and even though they just punished the Confederates because of the poor tactics of why they even attacked it, who knows, but the poor tactics of making that choice or doing that, the fight was a Union victory. But hey, McClellan leaves the peninsula, so all in all, the whole campaign is a Confederate victory. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up, and it is any unit west of, check it real quick, west of Beaver Dam Creek. Any Confederate unit to the west of it is 2 victory points, or to the east of it is 2 victory points. And I'm not sure which part of this is Beaver Dam. I'm assuming that is right there. So they would have, we'll say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's 16 points, and we'll add that to the casualties they created, and they've got 78 points. And the Yanks had 45, so it was almost a 2-to-1 victory for the Confederates in this one. All right, first fight in the Peninsula. Well, first fight in this 4-game series of Peninsula, and the Confederates are 1-up. All right, Worthington Publishing, the 7 days battles. What do they call this system anyhow? I know it has a name. It's obviously their version of a brigade level Civil War game, but this box is called, Brigade Battle, Civil War Brigade Battle Series. There you go. All right, Worthington Publishing, good game, good looking maps, simple play, easy to read counters, easy to read maps, very large, not overbearing with terrain, and I love the color pattern. All right, let's get this posted so y'all can see what's going on with this one. Talk to you soon.